My name is Kiran Makkar, and today I am going to discuss with you, or rather, I would say I'm going to give you ideas for a cue card seen in the ielts speaking test in May and June 2015. The topic is talk about a subject that you did not like at school but would like to study now. Please say what subject is it, when did you study it, why would you like to study it now? I studied many subjects in my school days, such as mathematics, science, English, and so on. One subject which I did not like was EVS or environmental science. I vividly remember I was in ninth when this subject was added to our school curriculum. I did not like it because I was not aware about the importance of environment at that time. Our EVS teacher also did nothing to arouse our curiosity in the subject. She taught it in a very boring way. Now I would like to study it because environment has become a major issue of concern nowadays. I got interested in it also because my cousin has done her master's in EVS and has got a very good job in an MNC because of this. So the job placements are also high. Most of the TV channels show documentaries on how we humans are responsible for the damage to the environment, and we humans can reverse some damages. Recently, I saw a documentary on global warming. It was an eye opener for me. I came to know that global warming is a perfectly normal phenomenon. The rate at which it is happening is unnatural. I had always thought that global warming is unnatural. We humans are the cause of it. Today, approximately 7 billion people are there on Earth. So, global warming is a result of 7 billion decisions. If 7 billion people decide to use energy frugally, to say no to plastics, to use public transport instead of private transport, and to plant a tree each, then very soon the whole world would be a better place to live. There are other natural causes of global warming, but human activity has the worst effect in the past few decades. I believe that EVS is a subject which should be there right from primary classes so that the awareness about the environment begins early and we all start doing our bit in saving the environment. So, this was my idea. You can speak on this subject. You were not interested earlier. You can speak on any other subject also. But this is how you can go on, and then you can speak about the importance of the subject which you realize now, and you earlier did not realize it. So, this is how you can speak on this cue card. And there are some follow up questions. I'll try to give you some sample answers for them. Do you think teachers have a great influence on students' studies? I definitely think teachers have a great influence on students' studies. Teachers are scholars in action. Teachers can make the students stay focused on studies. No doubt, there are other methods of doing study nowadays. We have uh, everything available on the internet, but studying from a teacher is definitely above everything. Is interest important for students? Definitely, interest is important for students because if students do not have the interest, they will not study wholeheartedly, and then all the information or all the knowledge they get would be superficial, which they would not be able to apply anywhere else, and it would be meaningless. But I also believe that it is the teacher's responsibility to arouse that interest. Any subject can be made interesting for the students. It is definitely in the hands of the teachers. How can interest in school subjects be developed? Interest in school subjects can be developed uh, by the teachers. They can use innovative methods of teaching. They can use some audiovisual aids. They can make any subject interesting for the students by arousing their curiosity in that subject. How to learn English in a fun way? Well, English can be learnt in a fun way by watching English movies, reading the subtitles, and by talking to each other, by reading magazines, by reading stories, by reading comics, by listening to English news. Do you think students should spend time on one subject or spend equal time on all subjects? Well, I think all subjects are important and students should spend time on all subjects. But then, if there is any subject in which they are weak at or they need some extra study in that, they can spend more time on that. It should depend from student to student and from subject to subject. How can one become a good teacher? Well, it is not easy to become a good teacher. A good teacher should have many attributes. A good teacher should have very good communication skills. I believe communication skills are the most important because even if a person is a PhD but lacks in communication skills, he cannot be a good teacher. Secondly, the teacher should have depth of knowledge. So, by having depth of knowledge of any subject, one can become a good teacher. And a teacher should be unbiased. He should not favor any particular students in the class. So I think one can become a good teacher by having all these attributes, and also some qualification like a bachelor's in education or a master's in education is needed to become a teacher. So one can become a good teacher by having all these attributes and doing some courses. Do you like to learn from the internet? Yes, definitely. I like to learn from the internet. The internet is an ocean of knowledge, but it requires some expertise to know what information is correct and what is not, because anybody can post anything on the internet. But there are some video channels now on the YouTube through which I've learned some cooking recipes and I've made those things. And from those video channels, it has become very easy for me. I never thought I could make certain things which I experimented in the kitchen, and those came out pretty well. Do you learn from TV? Yes, I learn from TV. Most of the channels on TV are very educational, and there are some news channels also, and we learn a lot from the TV. It's a good source of knowledge and information. So these are some sample answers which you can give for these. These are not the only answers that can be given. You may have some better answers or better ideas for these questions. This was just my attempt to share with you some sample answers and some way in which you could answer this cue card. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can from the like button in the bottom, and also you can subscribe to my channel for more such ideas. Thank you.